Uncanny X-Men number 600. This issue was supposed to come out a long time ago. It was supposed to come out back in May. Not to mention the whole idea that it's issue number 600. If you're unaware, the numbering system in Marvel goes from one number to another, and sometimes they start everything back at number 1 again. However, this is supposed to be issue number 600 after they renumbered the system, and they were going from 1 to 20, and then I guess from 20 to 40 or something to that effect. I don't know why they keep going back and forth that way. Honestly, it's just something that really confuses a lot of readers, including me. With that being said, this issue is supposed to be the conclusion to the writer Brian Michael Mendez's arc in Uncanny X-Men. Besides the confusion with the numbering system, there's also a huge confusion with the timeline. Currently, the Secret Wars is going on in the Marvel Universe, and there's a whole big catastrophic cosmic event that's going to wipe out certain things in the Marvel Universe, but not everything's been defined yet. But that hasn't stopped Marvel from releasing a lot of different number 1s that are supposed to take place after the Secret Wars. Like I said, confusing, right? We'll just pretend that this comic book is in continuity during the timeline that it's supposed to have come out in, and we're all on top of everything that's happening in the Marvel Universe up to this point. The comic book itself focuses on a few different characters and them coming to terms with what's happening in their individual storylines. The main overall story is supposed to be focused on Beast and his repercussions about him messing with the space-time continuum. One of the many things that Beast did was to bring back the original X-Men when they were younger. This consists of Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Angel, and Beast himself. So he brought his teenage group to the present where they've been existing, and this is supposedly not an alternate reality. It's supposed to be them. Actually them. So this messes up everything having to do with timeline. The current roster of X-Men are all confronting Beast under the leadership of Storm, where it seems like it's similar to an intervention, but he's defining it more as a trial. Some of the conclusions to some of the minor storylines that are happening in this include Jean Grey leaving her other teenage counterparts from the past and joining a new comic title, which is going to be called Extraordinary X-Men, which has already started to come out. Colossus is making up with his sister because he's been on a huge rampage himself, or he's turned evil slightly somewhat from the Juggernaut power, and now he's trying to make amends for everything that he's done. But one of the major things that I thought was important about this issue is that older Iceman was confronted by younger Iceman, who I'm sure a lot of people out there are already aware of this, came out as being gay. One of the questions that many fans, including me, had was whether or not adult Bobby Drake was also gay, being that they're supposed to be the same character, just different points in their own timeline. And beyond a shadow of a doubt, they gave us a clear, decisive answer. Adult Bobby Drake is in fact gay, and he's been hiding it his entire life. So that means that Bobby Drake, from the beginning of conception, from being introduced into the Marvel Universe, has been a closeted gay man. Originally, I was somewhat conflicted about Iceman being gay, but now I'm really happy about it. At first, I thought this didn't really add up to his character, but then, after realizing this parallels a lot of people's lives where they stay in the closet literally their entire lives, this is something that really does happen. So how is that going to be played out in the future of the X-Men comic books? Not really sure. There's only a few titles that are going to be released after the next couple months because the X-Men are being downsized to the point where the Inhumans are going to be the people that the Marvel Universe is going to be looking at much more. Getting back to the main story of this comic book, Cyclops, who's been a douchebag lately, or even more of a douchebag than usual, is trying to unite all of the mutants together because their race is slowly going to be extinct. There's a Terrigen mist bomb that went over pretty much the entire planet that not only sterilized all of the mutants out there so they can no longer have any more children, but also it's killed off many of the mutants as well. This comic book was okay for what it was, but it wasn't something that led up to a hype for 6 months not to be released. It seems as though most of these stories could have been concluded on their own individually in different comic books. I don't know why this all had to wait out to this point. But regardless of the matter, I mean, I am happy that we did get some resolution. And I will be reading all new X-Men because I do like X-Men. I like the teenage version of them, and I'm curious to see how this is going to be played out, especially with Iceman being gay. But I won't go any more into it. I mean, it was a decent book, like I said. It's a Marvel Comics title, so it's available at just about any comic book store anywhere. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me in this comic book review, and I will join you in another one very soon. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.